Okay, let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Snaggin Night Live. Hope everybody's had a fantastic week thus far. I know it's been a little stormy down south, but it's been a pretty nice week weather-wise here in Virginia.
Yeah, we had a bunch of rain yesterday and this morning, but other than that, it's been really nice.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah. Just for those of I'm on my phone because my laptop I got a little late start tonight, so my laptop had to restart because it's doing Windows updates. So it's about 30%. Once it gets going, I'll switch over to my laptop. But that's why I'm looking down on you all from my phone.
Well, you are a tall person, so it's not like it's abnormal.
True.
I'm used to you looking down on me.
Never. We always see eye to eye.
Yep.
Let's see. There's Sampy.
Hey,
Sampy
buddy.
letting you know that him and Josh, he said, Josh and I wore the caps and represent Team Snaggin Whiskers.
Awesome. Very good.
There's Fish in the Mid-South. I tried to say hi to him at the gathering, but he walked right by me, so it's not like he was ignoring me.
Well, he is the best YouTuber ever, so, probably didn't have time for you.
That is true. I get it. There's Chris, Catfish with us.
Hey, Chris.
Did get to see him and V. Didn't get to hang out much, but we will definitely make plans for the future to hang out some more.
Good.
There's Roger from Muskrat Adventures saying, let's go.
Hey, Roger.
There's Martin. You still in the States, Martin? He was at the gathering in Tennessee last week. Always good to see Martin.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, there's Megan Lee. Got to hang out a lot with Chris, Tellie, and Megan. That was a lot of fun. Awesome meeting you.
Very cool. Hey, Megan. Yeah, I see V.
Let's see. There's V. Says even all. V, I got Jeff. I should have won that. That board, V. But Randy won instead. Randy won the Monopoly board, the Fishopoly board.
Oh, did he? That figures.
Yeah. Got to meet the Mean Gene Squad there too.
Oh, cool. I didn't know they went.
Jean,
that's awesome.
Or Mr. Gene, Miss Shirley T, and Jennifer. Excuse me.
Very nice.
Let's see. Miss South said it was awesome meeting Dustin at the gathering. It's a shame that Austin didn't come.
Yeah, I agree. It was. I have regrets. But it's okay. Maybe next year. And there's always CatCon.
That's right.
Well, the river always flows here, so people can always come to the James River.
That's right. There's Bob and Doreen Fishing saying hello, guys.
It flows backwards quite often, but it still flows.
Yeah, depends on which part of the river you're on.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Roger said, driving home in the rain. Hello to everybody. All right, you be careful, Roger. I know rain can be a little dangerous out there.
Yep. Be safe.
Fish Mid South said, I did say hi to Dustin. I tried to kiss him and he wouldn't let me. I remember that differently.
Dustin.
My bad. I might have been a little standoffish on that one.
But he says, hello, Roger. Congrats on the little ball of cuteness. Roger had a grandbaby born recently, so congrats to him. And congrats to Mama and Dad and the baby. Glad everything went okay. There's a Jerry Hager, 419, fishing and powder coating. Good evening from Nebraska. Hey, Jerry.
Jerry?
Roger says that they will definitely be there next year. Hey, is our really, really good friend Freddie from F.O.A. Customs and Gear. He says, sorry I'm late, but listening while I work. That doesn't surprise me one bit.
What's up, Freddie?
Constantly doing something, and we do appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
Martin says, it was great meeting you. Lots of awesome folk. Sure is. Megan says, hey, Freddie. Real and virtual outdoors. Hey, Troy. Raccoon fan and fear the beard.
What's up, Troy? Sorry.
That's right. There's our good friend Matt from Wannabe Outdoors. He says, evening. How you doing, buddy? Catfish Cowboy says, howdy, chat. Hey, Dustin.
There's Guerrero Bagre. What's going on, Guerrero?
Yeah. Hey, Guerrero. I can't say that. I cannot roll an R to save my life. Guerrero. There you go. There's a little bit. Roger says he is one happy pawpaw. Thank you, everyone. Good deal.
That's awesome.
Hey, Gregory Lemon says, hi, everyone.
What's up, Gregory? Saw you caught some nice fish this weekend. This last weekend. This last week.
Yeah. Good job, Gregory. There's a burrito catfishing lady, Lisa. She says, Dustin and that guy that didn't come to the gathering.
Lisa, what's up? I'm still paying for my my trip with Lisa and Randy. All the dry skin from my sunburn.
Yep. I know that feeling.
I'm gonna switch over to my laptop real quick, see how this works.
Okie dokie. There's a crappy day, Darren. Hey, buddy. Says hello, good people. Hope you're doing good, Darren.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Beautiful.
It sounds very ASMR.
And I'm back, folks. Thank you for joining us here on Snaggin Night Live. My name is Dustin.
Oh, boy.
With Team Snaggin Whiskers. Oh, yeah.
It's like when you're a kid and you're talking to the fan, you know? It's like it's addictive. I am your father. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So what are we going to talk about tonight?
Well, I figured we'd talk about the upcoming tournament.
Yes. The one that's going to mess everybody's sleep schedule up. That one.
The one where Kevin falls asleep and has to get a backup.
That's right.
And for those of you that aren't aware, we're talking about the Midnight Madness coming up tomorrow night at midnight, going into Saturday from midnight to 6 a.m. Saturday morning.
Whew.
My goodness, that is going to be a long, long morning, especially if it's not a good bite.
Yeah. And we're in the spawn, so chances are it might be a long night.
Well, this time I'm gonna make sure I wear my what's up, Bob Knight?
Hey, buddy. Bob
Funny story. We went. So I went fishing with Daryl on. I think it was that Tuesday. It might have been that. Yeah, that was that Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday. Anyway, when I got there, Don went fishing with us that day, and for some reason, Daryl kept calling him Bob. Don't know why, but from them moving on the rest of the week and the weekend, I referred to him as Bob. So it was Bob Knight.
I can't blame you. I would have done the exact same thing.
Oh, there's Matt. Want to be outdoors? What's going on?
Yep.
I did get to hang out a lot with him.
Very cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Matt's good people.
Absolutely.
There's Scenic City.
Scenic. Go ahead.
Scenic City Fishing 423. How you doing, Scenic?
Stop it. Chris said, I bet Don can throw a chair better than Bob Knight.
Probably.
For shizzle. What's going on, Brandon?
Hey, it's Michael Phelps. Man, I tell you what, I'm really glad that you're okay. I'm very, very happy that you are okay. But boy, have I laughed multiple times today at the aftermath of all that. That turned into some funny content. Once you were okay and back in the boat, and there, and that shoe did like 16 somersaults.
That's the first thing I all I heard was Bobcat say something, and then I saw him go over, and then my attention immediately shifted to the somersaulting shoe going out the other side of the boat.
Yeah, that was and then Brandon, I need my shoe.
Oh, Lisa's getting on you. She said, "Hey, Scenic City is my buddy, so watch it there, Amish Austin."
I didn't say anything bad about him, you goofball. I got no problems with Scenic. I got no problems.
Somebody else. Austin and I were just talking about this last night.
Yep. It is Friday into Saturday there, Dustin. That has been a point of contention. Nice word. I got that from Mrs. Fever. A point of contention for many people here this past week. Myself. Yep, including you. And I understand it because I'm pretty sure last year Midnight Madness was on the Saturday into Sunday, I think. No, but anyways, it's not this year, so be there or be square.
That's right. So tomorrow night, be on the water to get your bait. If your bait is typically a daytime bait fish, be on the water before the sun goes down.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice.
Or if you're Austin, be on the water 10 hours early. And
yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. I was going to do that I was going to go straight to the river after work, save on some gas, blah blah blah. Maybe film some extra content, whatever. But oh boy, I'd be launching my boat at like 4:30 in the afternoon and not getting off the river till between 6 and 7 Saturday morning. That's a long. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. That sounds like a dream come true if you don't have a daycare center that you got to go home to. That's the problem. Is because I'm not going to be able to come home and just go to sleep. Nobody's going to be bothering me. No, I'm going to have kids pulling on my clothes, trying to tickle my feet because they think it's funny or whatever. It's going to be. It's going to be like when I was working shifts, because I used to work, it was a week of days, a week of nights, and then a week of graveyards, and it rotated like that which was brutal. You never got used to. You couldn't get used to it. It was impossible. And thankfully, I was able to stop doing that before I had, but so many kids. But
So,
anyway.
well, Matt's saying you can always anchor up, tie off to a tree, and take a nap in the boat.
Yeah, I know, but it's gonna be right warm when the sun is up, and so that's gonna be hard to do. And then I'm just not gonna be able to do that because I'm not gonna be tired at that point. I can't force myself to take a nap if I'm not tired in preparation for being tired. I'm not old enough to do that yet.
Oh man. V said I'm gonna die. I got to bed at 9. Wow. You saying you usually go to bed at 9? I get to bed at 9.
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna be awake. I'm gonna be awake from like roughly 5 in the morning, Friday morning, tomorrow morning, till probably sometime in the evening on Saturday. So it's gonna be a long time.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is
start seeing hallucinations and stuff.
That's no fun. I can. That's no fun.
No,
I can
it's
vouch
not.
for that.
I know it's not.
So you're on whose channel?
Chad, I think.
All right, I'm on Brian B's channel. So at about 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be asking some of you folks in chat to go check and see if Austin's asleep over on Chad's channel.
And if I am awake, then I want the same update. I also would like to know if Dustin has caught any fish.
You don't have to tell me the truth on that.
We can tell Chatt to give us updates on each other.
Absolutely
fishing updates.
Because we're going to be in the same river, just not in the same area of river.
Yep. Probably not the same stretch.
No.
I'm going to be further down the river than Dustin, I think.
Yep.
Well, I'm not going to be further up. I know that. So. Yep.
Lisa wants to know if I told you what I caught when I went fishing with them.
No.
Well, I'll put it this way: it wasn't a fish. So
that's not helping.
I think I reeled my line in 3 different times because I got snagged up, and well, it was more than 3, but 3 times that I did reel my line in, there was other fishing line wrapped around my line.
In
each cove we went to, I reeled my line in at least one time that had fishing line. The first one was just the line. The second one was line with a small hook, and the third one was line with a topwater lure, a little blue lure with 2 treble hooks on it. They look fairly new.
Must be some very popular spots there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shucks. At least you got to clean up some trash out of the river.
That's right.
That's always a good thing.
Absolutely. And that's why I think Lisa pulled in some of the line or the end of the line off the first one. Because it was wrapped around good. It was almost knotted up on mine. But we got it out, and I gave them the little lure. I told them I don't use that kind of stuff.
Right. Good.
So, let's see. Okay, Dustin said, "Well, good thing I leave the house at 6 a.m. in the morning. Looks like a 24-hour shift tomorrow."
Yep.
So, Dustin, whereabouts do you think, if you're willing to share or want to share, whereabouts do you think you're going to be fishing tomorrow? tomorrow night or Saturday morning, whatever it's going to be.
If he's smart, he'll go to the Tennessee River.
That's a heck of a drive.
He might go, go to Louisiana or something. I don't know. But
I'll tell you what, the flatheads are definitely biting on the Tennessee.
Yep.
A lot of people caught some nice flatheads last week.
I did see that. It almost seemed like the Tennessee River, or at least that stretch of the Tennessee River, was kind of going through the same pattern that we were on the James like 3 to 4 weeks prior. So it's like it's 3 to 4 weeks behind as far as temperature wise, more or less, water temps.
Yeah, which is weird because they're farther south than us.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. I don't know, but it's not always the way that fronts and streams go. It's not just a straight line across the United States. So it's
right.
And then the water that feeds the Tennessee River probably is a bit cooler, comes from further up north, that feeds the Tennessee River basin than it does on the James.
True.
So there's that too. But it, that's just what it seems like, just from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah.
As far as patterns go.
Yeah, it's a little different though, too, because even though it's fed by that water system, there's a lot of dams on the Tennessee River, so that a lot of that water gets dammed up upriver. So,
right. Well, regardless, it'll be interesting to see, like, if it'll just be interesting to see what people come up with, no matter where they are, tomorrow night into Saturday morning, just because of the time of year that it is and the hours of the night. All of us are accustomed to, especially in the summertime, fishing more into the night for catfish, but most of us aren't pulling all-nighters like this. It's, unless you're a really serious tournament angler, that's probably not something you do all that often. I do know, though, one person that that's going to be in this tournament that it fits their bill very well, and that's Doug Tellie from Rebel River Cats. This is kind of his cup of tea with his work schedule. He's pretty used to this, so maybe he might I hope he has a good night. He's on the James River with us, so I hope him and his uncle, I hope they have a good evening. And because I don't think they've been hitting on a whole lot the last couple tournaments, unfortunately. So they're due for a good tournament trip.
Not
to mention Doug's just a heck of a nice guy anyways. He deserves it.
Matt said, I'm sure Dustin went home and disinfected from fishing from the bank so much.
There's Mark from Catfishing Crappy. How
What's
you doing,
up, Mark?
buddy? He says, I never pull all-nighters. Wink, wink. It would fit his bill, too. This is definitely up his alley. That's for sure. Let's see. Rowdy Royal, how you doing, Rowdy? Lisa says, Dustin, by the way, Daryl is going to announce the dates for the gathering Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on his show. So this coming Wednesday, if you want to know the dates for the gathering, tune into whatever Daryl's channel is.
That ain't that
Selfie
usual.
Seekers
Yeah. Attention Seekers Outdoors. Yeah, He usually he was telling us that he picks the dates for the gathering on the Sunday, that last Sunday before he leaves, and he pays for everything, so that everything's ready to go for the next year already.
That's nice that they let him do that. That
Yep.
they have it set up like that, because you know, I was kind of wondering, because like around here, even the federal parks, actually the federal parks are even worse, but the state parks you can book 11 months in advance. The federal parks, some of them it's like 9 or 10 months, but there's really, you know, there's not a whole lot of places like campgrounds that do a whole year ahead of time or even more. Some of the like long-term stay places, they do that, but not where we camp. So, because it'd be so nice, you're out there camping and you're like, man, I really want this site for next year, same time, but you can't book it when you're there. You know,
Right.
You got to wait at least a month. And then at that point you forget about it, and then or something happens and it ends up getting booked by somebody else that was there a month before you. Did we say hi to Kevin?
We did not.
Hey, buddy. Let me just send you your rides. Wasn't at the gathering.
Yes, Kevin got sick and wasn't able to make it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I guess I didn't see any stuff from him. Well, I hope he's feeling better. Hope you're feeling better, Kevin.
Yep. The bite was definitely difficult down there in Tennessee. Though there were some nice fish caught, it was. I mean, there's a couple of days that we went out, we only caught like 2, or didn't catch any, or you know. So
it definitely sounds like, you know, like what I was saying, 3 to 4 weeks prior on here on the James.
Yeah.
And my thing is, like, you know, I like to go fishing once a week, and that, you know, you kind of need to go. It sucks, but you kind of need to go more often than once a week to really keep tabs on what the fish are doing. You know, like guides aren't just going once a week. You know, they're going every day or every couple days, and to keep track of what the fish are really doing. But once a week will at least give you some data. Like, okay, 7 days ago, the weather was this. The weather is still like this, so hopefully you can match that. But 2 weeks ago I was at Kerr or Bugs Island. Last weekend the river was so messed up here I didn't even attempt to go fishing. So I don't have any data from the last couple weeks, other than people's pictures on Facebook, but that really doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I do know what my plan is, though. To be honest with you, I think I'm just gonna focus on some shallower areas where I think some bigger fish would be spawning, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get a fish like a male that's guarding a nest or something. Other than that, it's going to be kind of hard to find a big fish if you're just fishing open water, hoping that one that's come off the nest already, which is kind of early for that, is going to swim by you.
Right.
We can go for little fish, but it's kind of hard to go for little fish when, you know, other people aren't going for little fish that are in the same tournament.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the is it numbers or is it weight?
I thought it was your 5 biggest, or 5 best. I thought in years past it was, but I can't remember. Are you looking on
getting ready to-
Facebook?
I'm looking up it right now. Well, trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to find the.
Chris says it's a 10 fish point system. Oh, it's a 10 fish bag.
Oh wow.
Oh man. Okay, so that changes. That might change what I do, or it might change what I do for at least part of it. Because if it's a 10 fish bag, you kind of just, nobody's going to go out there and catch 10 50-pounders. So like, you kind of want to get some fish in that bag, whatever the size.
Right.
So, okay. Well, I kind of like that better anyways, if it's going to be during the spawn. I'm not a huge fan of the numbers tournaments other than the finesse tournament, because that's just a really fun tournament. But I would rather have the big fish tournaments, but during the spawn, I like that a bigger fish or a bigger bag, that at face value, that actually makes quite a bit of sense there, Kevin.
V said, not changing what we're doing. Not changing what I'm doing either. So
I always overthink it.
Yeah, I had to. I was talking with Sean about it a couple weeks ago. More points for bigger fish.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, I was talking to Sean about it a couple weeks ago, and we've had a lot of success as of late. We had some success last time we were out up in the city dragging baits.
Right.
So the plan was to start a little bit further downriver, and then my plan, and we'll see how it works out and see how much boat traffic there is on the water tomorrow night or Friday in the morning, Saturday. But my plan is to drag, drag one side, always have a planer board in the middle and always have a planer board on the bank. So I'm gonna drag one side and slowly drift over to the other bank and then go back and forth up the river.
Yeah, kind of S your way up the river.
Yep.
Very, very good. Very good.
That way I've always got something in the channel and something almost always on the bank, or it's going to be either in the channel, on the bank, or on a ledge.
Right. I like it.
It's going to be interesting in doing it by myself though, because Sean had some family stuff come up, so I'll be out there by myself. I'm hoping the wind's not going to be too bad.
Yeah, I think I saw 10 to 15 mile an hour for Friday, like daytime anyways, but then it was going to go down to 5 to 10 overnight, something like that. And then, but I looked at it so quick, I didn't even look at the direction of the wind. So I don't.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like starting at midnight, it's going to be west northwest at 4 miles an hour, and then blowing from the west 4 to 3 all the way to 6. So
That ain't
we'll have
bad.
very, very minimal breeze throughout the night. It picks back up in the morning, Saturday morning, but at 6 throughout the tournament, it's about 3 mile an hour.
Right.
Blowing from the west.
Well, that ain't bad. Especially at the beginning when it's more of a northwest for where you're going to be.
Yep.
It's not bad at all. Cool.
I'm not gonna cover up with the drift sock this time. I'll actually have, like my coveralls.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna have to remember is it's supposed to get down to like 48. Like it ain't gonna be hot.
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm showing a low of 49 degrees. Yeah. And that's at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's supposed to be in the mid 50s pretty much the entire time. mid to low 50s.
Lauren says I need to bring extra arm pants, and I'll tell you why she said that. Because
Extra
last
arm
time,
pants?
yes, because when I took her out a few weeks ago, she brought an extra pair of sweatpants, and I was kind of like, I didn't really say anything. I was just like, okay, whatever, you know. And then she is sitting there, and I guess she started getting chilly, and she starts laughing. I'm like, what are you laughing about? She says, I just realized that I brought these pants to put on my arms in case my arm gets cold instead of bringing a jacket. I was like, what the heck is wrong with you? So that's I need to bring some arm pants.
Correct. Yes. Arm pants are always important.
Yes, they are. And she sat there and wore them. She had arm pants on. And you were warm. That's right. It worked. It worked just fine.
That's funny.
Actually, it's nice because your back wasn't too hot. You know, it was the opposite of a vest. Warm arms, cool torso. I like it. They should make that. They should make one, and it's got like a strap that goes across, so they won't just fall off. It's just two sleeves. Just two sleeves. You just slide two sleeves on, and they like clip to your existing shirt.
Ooh, invention.
Hey,
I hear a patent pending.
ding, 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 ding.
I can see the money rolling in.
Yep. I need to do something.
But Dustin said he was going to, if the winds, if the water's not moving too fast, he's going to fish this city. If the current's going pretty good, he's going to go down to where you are.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Wannabe said if you can cut a hole in the crotch, you can just put your head through it.
Yep. You definitely could. Oh, you could just get you some chaps. That'd be only the front of your arms. Yeah, that'd be stupid. Never mind. Whose stupid idea was that?
We've taken this too far.
Yes. But that's fine. That's kind of what we do.
That's true.
I don't think people expect anything less or more out of us. So what? Okay. Is there anybody in here that's going to be fishing the Midnight Madness?
Chris and V.
Chris and V. Freddie was listening. Who else? Kevin's hosting.
Trying to think if there's anybody. I don't. Fishizzle? Is Fishizzle fishing the Midnight Madness?
I'm sure he is. Freddie says yes. Mean Gene Squad said them. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
So what are okay. So let's just say for Gene Squad, for your current conditions down there, what's your strategy? More of a shallow, more of a deep, moving baits, anchored? What are you thinking? I think Freddie's kind of in the same boat as me, where he hasn't been fishing in a little while, so he's kind of just gonna go out there and wing it. Matt says that he was until I went and looked for a spot. My banks are either too steep or I can't get to the water due to flooding. Okay. Yep, safety first.
So I'm not trying to change the subject, but I saw something when I set up the show, and I see this button I want to push. I just want to push a button. It says show comments on stage. So let's see what happens when I turn that on and see what the comments are on stage.
like a little kid.
I know, right? Live comments from viewers will appear on screen during your stream. Keep the conversation going and make your audience. There we go. All right, so next comment should show up right underneath my picture right here.
Oh, so you can have yourself full screen, and I don't know. What's the purpose of that? I'll see where it's going to come up there right on the side of the screen where it's just like it's on the television. It's doing
Right.
it does the same thing that it does on television. Which, by the way, I can't. Nope, I see him. Look at that. Gene Squad says, anchored, there are too many stumps around here to be moving. Okay, I get you. Chris says, less than 20-foot flat dragon baits all night for us, trying to find 10, 20-pound fish.
There you go.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Freddie says he's going to be bumping or dragging or spot locking. He doesn't know yet. No bait, and I ain't been on the water here in 2 months. Oh, and Nina works all day and is fishing with me. Gonna be interesting. Oh, that poor Nina.
Awesome.
Oh boy. I hope y'all have a absolutely stellar evening out there, or morning, really.
V said, I'm trying to find a 38-pound. Don't know what he's talking about.
That sounds like y'all gonna be on Sandusky. Chris and V. Because we're definitely
Kevin says I work till 7.
We're definitely screwed.
I work till 5.
I work till 3:30. But I had to get up at 5. Sometimes I get up at midnight and then wander around for a little while like a zombie because I wake up in my recliner. I'm like, do I want to just play a video game? Because this is like the one time in the last month that I've just had the house to myself. Of course, should I go to sleep like a responsible adult? And I usually sit there for a little bit and think about it, and then I go to sleep.
Kevin says, freaking Brian and the Midnight Madness. Ugh.
Freddie says, taking night crawlers and chicken as emergency bait. Probably not a bad idea. Even though, knowing Freddie, it's not really emergency bait. He's looking forward to using the night crawlers and the chicken.
I'm going to get off work and I'm going to come home. I'm going to change clothes. Well, first I'm going to get off work. I'm going to go pick up the boat, bring it home, and then I'm going to start loading it up while I'm waiting for UPS and my F.O.A. order to come in.
Oh.
Once I get my F.O.A. order, I'll be hitting the road going to the city.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was getting the boat and the truck and everything ready today, and I put some new line on some rods. I got a couple of new reels I was going to test out, and I tied some rigs. And the rigs, all the rigs that I'm using, they're I'm going to have a mix of Carolina rigs and Santee rigs, but all the rigs that I'm using they all have the 10-aught donkey hook from F.O.A. Not the 12s or the 14s, the 10-aught donkey hook.
Uh-oh.
And I haven't used those yet. And that is the traditional straight shank circle hook.
Okay.
And it's a 10-aught, but it's a little bit smaller than it's like the 10-aught on the oh crap, what were the other ones? Not the Get-'ems. They're smaller than the Get-'ems. They'd be like an 8-aught Get-'em.
Okay.
But I have a feeling that I'm going to need to put some smaller fish in the boat, so I didn't want to use. I figured I'd downsize just ever so slightly.
Yeah, I might downsize to my my 8/0 bright bite hooks.
Yeah, there you go. But I'm interested to test those out. 10/0 donkey hooks.
One of the big reasons I'm waiting on my F.O.A order to get in is because I ordered some of the lights that go on top of the planer boards.
Oh
So,
yeah, yep.
So I can see my planer boards dragging behind me.
I like it.
My biggest concern, fishing that stretch of river, is if I get snagged up by myself, it's going to be a bear. I'm probably going to have to reel everything in to get that snag, or just break it off and move on.
Yep. Yeah, I would. Yeah, you're going to be in a position because you're going against current. So, yeah, that could be really not fun.
Yeah.
That's one of those situations where, like, pull on it a little bit, whatever, and then if it doesn't break loose with relative ease, then you start reeling into everything else. Don't because if you keep fooling with that, you're going to pull the boat backwards. Everything's going to get sideways. It's going to be.
Yep. So that's going to keep me. I have a feeling that's what's going to keep me awake all night, is reeling everything in just to cast it back out after I get my snag loose.
Yep. That could be a downside of dragon baits in general.
Yep. Kevin says I need a donkey energy drink. Freddie, you got them at F.O.A?
The 14/0. The
14/0
energy drink. Freddie says that Nina will leave the house at 5:30 a.m., work till 7, get home at 8:30, load up, drive an hour and a half, launch at 10, try to find bait for an hour and a half, then look for fish. Yeah, that's a long day. That is a long day.
Yep. I will be getting up at, my guess is my dog will be waking us up sometime between 5 and 6 tomorrow morning. And then I will be up until, probably at least 8 o'clock Saturday morning. And then I'm going to be lucky enough where I got to come home and go to sleep.
I'm happy for you. The
So,
Mean Gene Squad says, but they have chicken, worm, shad, herring, and a stick of dynamite just in case.
You do know the fish has to be alive when you catch it, right?
Just net the ones that come up on the edges. They didn't get hit as hard.
Matt said, I got a bunch of frozen baits if anybody needs some.
Cool.
There's Jerry Parker. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, Jerry.
I did get to meet Jerry very briefly at the gathering. Saw him on the bank and in his boat.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I was watching. I remember him coming up during the show last week.
Yep.
And then I saw pictures that Chris and Tellie took of him and them on the boat from afar. I guess Tellie was zooming in on people from taking pictures of other boats. It's funny.
See, Bugman said, I will be there, rods in water, eyes closed.
Oh, cool. Bugman's fishing it?
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Jerry, are you fishing the Midnight Madness?
So did you ever figure out which channel I'm on? Not that that's your responsibility, but
No, because it's you. I'll do this for anybody. I mean, I wouldn't do this for everybody. Let's see. You know what? I'm doing it the hard way. Live Fish Tournament League. Here we go. I'll just read it out. You are there. You are. You are on Fields to Water. You're on Chad's channel.
I thought so. Cool.
So on Palmetto Cats, you have Bank Boys, Catfish Cowboy and Company, Catch Fish with Us, Hooks and Hammocks, Catfish Bill 66, Rigging for Fatties, River Dogs, Trophy Seeker Outdoors, and What Had Happened Was. On Brian B's channel, you have Bugman, Fishin' Not Catching, Team Fountain, Pontoon Jody, My Bad Dude, Team Catfish, Team Bam, and me, TSW. And on Fields to Water, you have River Cats Tackle, Stone. Then you have Smoky Mountain Catfishing, Fishing Fever, F.O.A, Mean Gene Squad, SC Buckeyes, Scraping Bottom, and Want to Be Outdoors. I don't know what those stars are by their names.
I don't know.
But
maybe people that came in afterwards or whatever, like, you know, fill-ins.
Right.
Hey, Dustin.
Hey, yeah.
Roger sent me a message about the catfishing for kids that he does. There you go. And said that they could use some help spreading the word, and maybe spreading the word also about getting some prizes for the kids. And it says there's let's see, biannual catfishing tournament for kids. We are here to encourage today's youth to get out and fish. Find us on Facebook, Catfishing for Kids. It also says if you would like to get signed up or someone looking to donate to our kids, let us know. Founders Roger DeMint Jr. and Jackie Brobeck. Let's see. Email is rdementjr@yahoo.com. Text or call 740-505-8534. Just in case anybody can't read that. But yep, that's a great thing that that Roger and his wife and some other people that help do. It's always nice seeing kids out there having a good time and families doing family things.
Absolutely.
Did he send you the same message?
He did.
Okay, because when I added the picture to the media assets, I saw that right after I did it, I saw it was like two pictures above. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I was doing that while you were talking to Reed and Chat earlier when he sent it to me.
While I was yapping. Yeah, my phone doesn't make a noise when I just so happen to look at it.
Yeah, I actually messaged him. I messaged him to see if there's a date for that yet, or if that is that a tournament or is that catfishing tournament for kids. I was trying to figure out if they had a date for it yet because that wasn't on the flyer.
Yeah, I think right now he's more focused on just spreading the word and maybe, trying to get some prizes before they really set a date, I guess,
Right.
If I had to guess. But yeah, Kevin says they alternated and don't earn points. So
gotcha.
The ones with the star.
Understood.
Ray and Melissa, they're in Georgia.
V says Ray and Melissa are not doing this one.
Yep. And Donnie and Lonnie missing this one too. And Jerry says, starting to think that my stalker is paying off. Host on same channel again.
If you go to Team Snaggin Whiskers, our PayPal link is in the link tree.
Cool.
Let's see. Kevin said most likely said they wanted to fish, but unsure. Final list will go out tomorrow afternoon, and links will go out after that. Brian already sent me mine. I told him I didn't know why he was sending it so early. I was probably going to misplace it or lose it.
Probably because I bullied him that like 2 years ago after he said he sent it and didn't. And so now he sends it 72 hours ahead of time.
All right, so Roger said he sent the wrong thumbnail.
Well, either way.
But anyway, it's June 14th.
June 14th. Okay. Oh, I see it now. It also says online tournaments. So you can participate from any location. Only fish caught on live count. Prizes for biggest fish, smallest fish, and most overall weight in each age group. Kids must be between 3 to 17 years old. We just ask that the kids are doing the majority of the fishing and must do the reeling in. Must be public water, channel cats, flatheads, and blue cats only. So pretty standard. And like Dustin said, Saturday, June 14th, 2025, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Oh, that's interesting. Usually it's a daytime tournament from what I remember. But that'll be cool. Well, I guess that is a daytime tournament, but it's more of the evening. I just remember it being, I thought I remembered it being like in the morning. But maybe I'm wrong. Either way.
Speaking of Rebel Cats, Doug,
hey,
Tellie, what's
Doug.
going on, man? Whisker Warrior, Rebel River Cats.
Very nice.
Appreciate you coming in.
Yep. Hope you're doing okay, bud.
Absolutely. Jerry Parker says everyone be safe tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is a holiday weekend. It is early in the season, so there's probably going to be a lot of people out, especially during the day. I don't know as much about during the nighttime, but especially during the daytime, there's going to be a lot of boats on the water. We found that out. I mean, the gorge was just engorged with boats. And I tell you, they really ought to outlaw those wake boats on the gorge because it's a canyon you're going through, and it's a lot like the James River in that sense. And there's not and when those wake boats go through in the gorge, it just bounces like the wakes bounce off the banks and just go everywhere. It just makes a huge mess.
You end up getting hit by them at least twice instead of just once.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. But like Kevin said, hopefully we'll have the rivers and lakes to ourselves by midnight, especially towards, 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Right.
I'm hoping.
There's Andrew, Size Matters Catfishing.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing? Long time no see.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't be any tomfoolery going on the river.
They can save that till Saturday and Sunday nights.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Chris said his waters will be nuts due to the holiday. Well, so will ours. We're just hoping that, between the hours of midnight and 6 in the morning, that it's not as crazy as it will be during the daytime. Which I think that's a given. There's no way it'll be as busy.
Yeah, real quick. Anybody have any thoughts about the comments on the screen? I don't know that it makes much difference for. I mean, I think it helps probably maybe the phone people.
Or what it might help if you had a guest on here that can't see chat or something, That's probably what that's for. If I had to guess. I said they can't really see them. Yeah, and I see it on the TV. The ones coming from StreamYard are very faint behind the ones that YouTube puts on the TV.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of distracting on the TV, if anything, I guess.
Gotcha. I was
I think
curious. That's
I
not
think
play with it.
it's probably for a guest that can't see chat. Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
I gotcha. Chris said it works if you're streaming to multiple locations. All the chat is in one place. Okay, that makes sense. So if you're streaming to Facebook and to YouTube, and everything goes to one spot.
I like that. And then Kevin says looks good on the big screen, helps the TV peeps. But the TV will already have chat going across it. That's not due to a setting in StreamYard. That's a setting that you can manipulate with your remote on YouTube on the television.
Yeah.
The viewer. And what that would actually, that's a good point that Chris makes is like Roger and Bobcat.
Right.
You can watch it on Roger's channel and see Bobcat's chat.
Yep.
All in one place.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah, I wish it had like its own window, like you could put it in another chat, like another presentation window, like we're in.
Yeah,
that'd be nice if you can add it to that.
Yeah, that way you could manipulate it wherever you want to on the screen.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Kevin said he has his turned off, so okay. If you have yours turned off, then yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Gotcha. Hey, boom, boom, bam, $4.99. Whole whale sounds, please. Come on. You speak whale?
Why don't you do it this time? No, it's meant for me. I'll do it. It's meant for me.
Go ahead.
It's meant for me. Okay, Ooh, I can't believe I'm doing that on the internet. Why am I doing this? You already gave the $5. I could just tell you to go away. I already have your $5. But I wouldn't do that to you, Kevin. I wouldn't do that to you. It's a lot more entertaining if we're on the boat. Next time, I don't know why I'm telling you this either, but next time I'm fishing on your channel, how about you ask me that? Good. He got a kick out of it. Whatever. It was worth it. I hope it was worth your $4.99.
Every time I think of whale sounds, I know that's meant for you, but I just think of Finding Nemo with Dory speaking to the whale.
Yes. Because what Kevin's talking about is down Periscope.
Ah, yes.
Because he thinks he thinks that I sound like I can't remember the actor's name, but that guy from down Periscope.
Yep, he's the you'd think I would know this. We used to watch this every night going to bed.
Yeah.
He had the really good ears.
The really yes.
Hearing.
Yes. Harlan Williams.
I almost said that sounds nothing like Dory.
Harlan Williams.
What was his character's name?
I can't remember how you pronounced it. Lavacelli?
No, what was his nickname?
I can't remember, man. It's been so long since I've seen that movie. Let's see.
Sorry, folks. Give us a second. Important stuff going on here.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Just give me the sonar.
Sonar.
Yep.
Oh, Kevin even said it right there. Sonar.
Yep.
I thought Nitro was one of the funniest ones, though. The electrician.
I got to rewatch it. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Which is weird because I like Kelsey Grammer. I like a lot of the stuff he does.
Yep. Uptown Chrissy Brown, welcome in.
Hey, Chrissy.
Hope you and Ernie are doing well.
If anything, I need to rewatch it so that I can do a better impression on Kevin's behalf.
Next time, I need you to make the neck movements too when he's like,
Okay. Don't worry. Next time it'll be Hollywood quality.
Perfect.
Yep.
Get you one of these microphones. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that'd be dangerous.
I mean, I need to go like this. I'm like. That's right. You put your hands to your ears and bob your head.
Yep. I do remember that. Oh, sonar. Oh boy.
Well, it is 6 after 10. I'm glad I said that right because I'm tired. But
congratulations, you still do basic English perfectly when you're slightly tired.
I don't do it perfectly when I'm fully awake, so I'm surprised. It's Palmetto. I think it's on YouTube for free. Yeah, and it's also on I want to say it's either Netflix or Prime. I think it's Netflix.
I'm sure it's on something.
But yeah, like I said, my wife and I used to watch that. Matter of fact, I might watch it again tonight. We used to watch that going to bed every night for like a month and a half. We used to lay there like night. We were like looking at each other, and we could repeat everything that was being said on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Chrissy said she just got home from church about 20 minutes ago.
Wow.
How about you do the whale sounds for Miss Chrissy? While she said, she's too late, but she wants to hear the whale sounds again.
How did Dory do it? The
high speed
whale. There's Kevin Hendrickson coming in here wondering what the heck is going on.
Well, that's our show for the night, folks.
I'm going to go watch my source material and call it a day.
Well, before we head out of here, I know I mentioned F.O.A. a little bit ago, but go check out F.O.A.customsandgear.com. You can get anything you need for fishing, for bait to 150-pound catfish from F.O.A.customsandgear.com, minus the reels. And you can use code TSW10 or Fever10. Just go check out Freddie and Nina, F.O.A. They do a great job. Their customer service is top notch. The quality is second to none. So I love all the gear that they sell on their website and they produce, and they just do a great job all around. And then go check out River Cat's Tackle if you want to get yourself some Ancient Mariner reels. The Albatross reels are fantastic. They have a 40-pound drag on them. The 6000s are awesome too. Or you can go get yourself an Ocean Tycoon. The newer Ocean Tycoons are out. And I think River Cat's Tackle is actually coming up with his own reel. John Cyclone's coming out with his own reel or rod, one of the two, or both. So go check them out. You can use Swain 10 for River Cat's Tackle or 92210. Save yourself some money, but go check out those vendors. They do a fantastic job, high quality equipment. And that's all I use them on my boat for the most part. There's a couple small odds and ends that I still have from the past, but I'd say 98% of the stuff on my boat is either Ancient Mariner or F.O.A. So,
yep.
I don't just talk about it. I use it every time I get on the water.
Amen.
So, but PS17 reel coming soon from River Cat's Tackle.
There we go.
Appreciate that. Go check them out. Everybody in chat, thank you so much for coming in. Kevin, thank you for the donation or the super chat. Really appreciate that. I hope everybody had a wonderful week and has a fantastic weekend. Everybody that's fishing the Midnight Madness, please be safe. And as a reminder, it is tomorrow night, midnight, Friday night into Saturday, 6 o'clock Saturday morning. So midnight Friday into 6 o'clock Saturday morning. It's going to be a hopefully a wonderful time. Absolutely. Fat Boy Riggs, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. You can get yourself some Fat Boy rigs at FOACustomsGear.com as well, or you can go check out Fat Boy rigs at FatBoyRigs.com. They are. I tell you what, if you wanna get on some flatheads, I still swear that those flasher rigs make a difference. I really do. And I've got the Fat Boy rigs on pretty much all of my rods right now that I have rigged up for that. So, Kevin, thanks for sharing and doing all that. Love the Fat Boy rigs. That's right, Chris. But yeah, go check out those vendors. Great people, quality products, and we will. You got anything to say, Austin? Anything to close it out with?
Not a whole lot, other than if anybody's fishing the tournament tomorrow, please be safe. Remember, it's just about having fun, but don't do anything too crazy just to win or whatever. Just be safe, do what you know how to do, and have a good time. More or less.
We'll say more. No, but thank you all so much for coming. We really appreciate you. Hope everybody has a wonderful and safe holiday weekend. And we will see you next Thursday right here on Team Snaggin Whiskers. Thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend. Later.